Welcome, Rotary family and guests, to District 7230's virtual Oktoberfest in celebration of World Polio Day 2020. We have a lot to celebrate. The African region was declared wild polio virus free in August. To kick off our festivities, please join me in welcoming Rotary International Polio Plus Committee Chair and past RI Vice President Mike McGovern from District 7780 and the Rotary Club of South Portland and Cape Elizabeth, Maine. Mike could be many places today, so we are honored and thrilled that he's joining us. I have a few questions for you, Mike. Are you ready?
I am. Thank you, Governor Mary. Looking forward to it.
Chair Mike, glad you're here. You visited with Prime Minister Imran Khan and the Army Chief of Staff back in February. Please tell us about that meeting and Pakistan's renewed efforts to end polio now.
Yeah, we had a great meeting. It was the first week of February. You know, COVID was starting to rear its head. The health minister was dealing with issues of students they had over in Wuhan. But you went with Holger Kadak, the president of Rotary this year, and with Ravi Ravindran, the chair, and we were joined by Aziz Memon, who is the polio chair there. But we had tremendous meetings with the Prime Minister, with the Army General. The Prime Minister said he had taken his eye off the ball. He actually said he had screwed up at the transition of becoming Prime Minister, and he didn't appoint some of the right people. He was getting the good people back in place. It was all very positive. The Army General helps with logistics, security. It was all very positive. And, you know, we were able to visit with a lot of Rotarians there and to see for example, the places where they store vaccine, the emergency center. It was just a wonderful visit, and to see the dedication of the Rotarians there in Pakistan for the eradication of polio.
Awesome, thanks. So we were delighted to hear that the African region of the World Health Organization was declared wild polio virus free in August. Tell us about that and how we as Rotary clubs and districts and Rotary International can leverage that great news.
You know, it was a wonderful day. And, you know, I go back to, it was a few years back, Rotary took on something, kicked polio out of Africa. The symbol was a soccer ball. And the person who kicked it off, it was a past president of Rotary, Louis G.I., but the other person was Nelson Mandela. And so, you know, it was a long time coming. And, you know, it's really historic achievement. 47 countries free of the wild polio virus. And, you know, when you look at some of those countries aren't easy, the different Congos, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Niger, and in the end, Nigeria. It was just, you know, an amazing achievement that Rotary was able to accomplish working with our partners. You know, it took a lot of investment, $980 million Rotary has spent in Africa to get to this point. So great celebration, and all Rotarians ought to be proud. And now we need to sustain that polio-free Africa. We need to continue the surveillance. We need to be sure that we don't have wild polio cases there. We still have some vaccine-derived cases, and people may get excited when they read about those, but the wild polio virus, we believe, is gone.
Thank you. How does Rotary International and the Rotary Foundation spend the money that we raise for the Polio Plus Fund?
You know, we have a goal every year of $50 million. For everything we spend up to $50 million, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation matches it 2-to-1, which is just tremendous. So anyway, you know, we spend quite a bit of money now on buying vaccines. Just today, the Rotary Foundation trustees approved $50 million in spending, and it's going towards vaccines. It's going to surveillance, so identify cases. An awful lot of it, though, is going to Pakistan and Afghanistan, where we actually pay stipends to community-based vaccinators who go door to door, where we're giving them all of the protective equipment they need with COVID, as well as hand sanitizers. Some Rotarians have got soap donations, and they're delivering all this. So, you know, after a little bit of a break, we've resumed house-to-house vaccinations in Pakistan. And that's where a lot of our money is going to those two countries, and making sure in the whole Eastern Mediterranean region, which is like Syria and some of those countries, to make sure if there are polio cases, we find them and pick them up. It's just tremendous to have gone from 350,000 cases a year down to about 130 as we speak today.
Great, thank you. Tell us a little bit more about the plus in Polio Plus. What do we mean by that?
A great question. Some of it is we help out with other routine immunizations. Such things as measles and rubella. We're doing that in India, in part as a way to make sure they're continuing their polio vaccination, but we're also doing that in many African countries, helping with, vitamin deficiencies. And, in a lot of our personnel, while they're paid for by the polio program, by the partnership, they're also providing surveillance. We also fund laboratories, which are funded by polio, but also test for other diseases as they're now doing for COVID testing. In addition to that, there's a small amount of money we spend for things like putting in wells, water and sanitation, other things to help win the support of local folks, as we try to encourage them to allow their children to be vaccinated.
My last question for you, Mike, is why does 0 matter? Would you please share with us your thoughts on that?
Mary, this will be the second disease ever eradicated from the face of the earth. Smallpox was the first one. Rotarians had a dream. It was a dream to benefit the children of the world. And that dream is a polio-free world. It hasn't been easy. We've had passion from thousands and thousands of Rotarians. We've had persistence, we've had patience, and we've had financial support. Getting to 0 means, we often say this is the plane ride away. It won't be a plane ride away. It'll be done. And yeah, we may have a few vaccine-derived cases thereafter, but to eliminate a virus that has caused such havoc to so many families and pain to so many individuals, it'll be one of the greatest achievements in public health in history. And Rotarians will know we started this. We were the vision. We were the ones that got it done. We were fortunate to recruit partners, but we were fortunate we stuck with it until the very end, down to 0.
Thank you so much, Mike, for joining us. No one has done more to help end polio now, and we'll celebrate with you and your accomplishments when we do get to 0. Thank you for joining us on World Polio Day. Be well and take care.
Well, thank you, and have a great Oktoberfest event as well. I was fortunate to go 3 times in Munich. Wonderful time. So everyone ought to have some fun today in this event, but remember, do all you can to end polio now.
Thank you.